A reading from the book of the prophet Isaiah. Thus says the Lord, share your bread with the hungry, shelter the oppressed and the homeless, clothe the naked when you see them, and do not turn your back on your own. Then your light will break forth like the dawn, and your wounds shall quickly be healed. Your vindication shall go before you, and the glory of the Lord shall be your rear guard. Then you shall call, and the Lord will answer. You shall cry for help, and he will say, here I am. If you remove from your midst oppression, false accusation, and malicious speech, if you bestow your bread on the hungry and satisfy the afflicted, then light shall rise for you in the darkness, and the gloom shall become for you like midday. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
One of the greatest criticisms that was ever leveled against Mother Teresa and her order, the Missionaries of Charity, the one that everybody hits on in almost every TV interview with somebody like Christopher Hitchens, God rest his soul, was she never did anything to solve poverty. She never did anything to solve disease or hunger in a kind of a general way. She was once asked, even in an interview, she was asked, what's the greatest disease here that you're coming to solve in the United States of America? Why are the Missionaries of Charity coming to the United States? And of course, the person was looking for an answer, well, AIDS, tuberculosis, cancer. Mother Teresa's answer was, the greatest disease here is not TB or leprosy. It's being unwanted and uncared for. This poverty is a different kind of poverty. It's not only a poverty of loneliness, but of spirituality. There's a hunger for love, as there is here a hunger for God. Mother Teresa's answer was, of course, and obviously, an answer to a different question than the reporter was asking. The reporter was asking a question about maybe one kind of mercy, the mercy of tit for tat. That person doesn't have something, I'm going to give it to them. I lose it, they get it. That person has a disease, ventilator, IV drip, nutritive bars, etc., whatever problem you like. That kind of mercy, good and holy as it is not the mercy of God. That kind of mercy is economic, zero sum. It's not the mercy of Isaiah. And it's, in fact, puzzling, if you have that concept of mercy, how to make sense of the reading. Share your bread with the hungry, and world peace will be solved. Nope. Share your bread with the hungry, and they'll be full. No. Share your bread with the hungry, and your light shall break forth like the dawn. That's not economic poverty. That's not economic zero-sum mercy. That's God's mercy. God's mercy is often accused by certain people as being a problem, precisely because it's not economic. God never lost anything, theologians say, so how can he have compassion on people? God didn't lose anything when he became man and died on the cross. So how can he really be compassionate with people that are suffering and dying? That's why I love this story from the early days of the Order of Friars Preachers. Our early houses were sometimes called houses of mercy. A priest, learned but given over to worldliness, as the lives of the brethren say, was changed in heart by this dream. It seemed to him, in his dream, that he went out into the country and a thunderstorm came up. It was about to break upon him, so he ran to the nearest cottage to try to get in. The door was shut. He knocked. Inside he heard a voice, I'm justice. This is my house. But you aren't just, and you can't enter here. Dismayed, he ran to the next house he saw, knocked. "I'm truth. I can't admit you either. People can't enter here unless they like truth." He runs to a third house, getting out as fast as he can. To the next house. The next house, "I'm mercy," or "I'm peace. But I can't let you in here either. You're evil, and only good people can have peace. But my sister might be able to help you." As he's going to the next cottage, the door opens, and before he even gets there, Mercy comes running toward him and says, "The place you need to go is the Order of Friars Preachers. There you will find the stable of doctrine, the manger of scriptures, the Blessed Virgin enlightening, and the Christ child who will finally save you." The man became a Dominican and wrote in his commentary as a theologian, "This is the meaning, mercy and truth have met," from the 83rd Psalm. God's mercy is our mercy. Using the example of our lovely order, we are the order of mercy, not because we practice economic mercy, tit for tat, giving people this, that, or the other thing. It's the mercy of truth. The mercy of truth is not economic. It doesn't solve this problem or that. It doesn't solve this person's hunger necessarily. That's good. What it does solve is hunger, death, evil. The Buddhists have something on us when they say that the root of suffering is desire. God's mercy is non-economic, not because God couldn't have compassion on us because he didn't lose anything when he became man. Like us, the answer to that question, how God can be compassionate, isn't that he gave this, that, or the other thing, but the mystery at the heart of God and at the heart of the Dominican order is giving everything, entirely, without reserve. No more economics, no more zero sum. Truth, when shared, love, when shared, grows. That's the mystery at the heart of God's mercy. In our own lives, we as the order of preachers aren't merely called to do mercy, to do this or that or the other thing. St. Thomas says, and was quoted in the newspaper by Archbishop Carlson, that mercy is the greatest of all virtues that deals with other people, our neighbors. But greater than mercy, than doing mercy, is being mercy. That is the hard part. I have to empty myself. I have to empty everything that would hold me back, my economics, my zero-sum game, my holding this, that, or the other thing. For us religious, the vows do this. Help us do it. Charity. And for us, as Dominicans, wisdom. Wisdom is becoming mercy and being able to share that with others. That kind of mercy solves not the problem everybody else is asking, but the real one. Because it's not a desire for bread, but a desire for the bread of life that I can fulfill. The right question that's being asked is the same question that captivated our Holy Father. What will become of sinners? And the answer, if you bestow your bread on the hungry and satisfy the afflicted, then light shall rise.